Good morning. I'm Peter Milios from the Finance News Network. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell on Tuesday as Wall Street considered the likelihood of Congress passing a tentative deal on raising the US debt ceiling. The 30 stock index lost 0.15%. The S&P 500 was flat after trading both above and below the flat line during the session. The Nasdaq Composite added 0.32%, pairing gains after trading up as much as 1.4% earlier in the day. President Joe Biden and House Majority Leader Kevin McCarthy reached an agreement to raise the debt ceiling and avoid a default over the weekend, with Congress set to vote on the legislation as early as Wednesday. Lawmakers have not signaled that they have intended to return to Capitol Hill earlier to work on the deal. Both Republican and Democratic support is needed for the proposed bill to pass. The agreement comes just days before the so-called X date on Monday, which is the earliest date the Treasury Department has signaled the US could default on debt obligations. The Nasdaq was helped by a nearly 3% rally in Nvidia. The artificial intelligence-related stock reached a $1 trillion market cap at one point in Tuesday's session as shares continued to rally following its strong earnings report last week. In further AI news, tech leaders plan to warn of artificial intelligence existential threat to humanity. More than 350 executives, researchers, and engineers working in AI signed onto a one-sentence statement set for release today, calling for mitigating the risks of AI, which they say are on par with nuclear war and pandemics. Signatories include Sam Altman of OpenAI and Demis Hassabis of Google DeepMind. And in Asian markets, the Hang Seng China Enterprise Index was down yesterday, pushing it 20% lower from its peak in January. That temporarily placed it in bear market territory, however it ended up 0.5%. And in commodity news, the WTI crude oil price experienced a 4.4% decrease, falling below $70 per barrel for the first time since May 4th, primarily due to concerns over a weakening physical market, ongoing recession fears, despite a tentative agreement on the debt ceiling. And Australia's battery metals market is expanding in the US due to President Biden's climate policy aiming to develop clean energy supply chains and reduce reliance on China, while also considering the benefits of the Inflation Reduction Act, although China remains the primary market for Australia's minerals. Overall, US sectors closed mostly lower overnight. Consumer discretionary was the best performer, whilst consumer staples was the worst. The SPY futures are pointing to a 0.5% fall. Thank you for listening.